Fantasy Sports. It is the 14th. Got a big slate today. So, hope you guys did good last night. I over tinkered, and when I saw the Hernan that he was going to remain in the starting lineup, I tried too hard to get the studs in my lineup like Durant and Harden, and I should have stuck to my gut and played it more conservatively just because it is a short slate. I mean, if you have, one or two of your cheap guys not performing like Clark, who got injured and practically did nothing, it's hard to come back from that, especially on a short slate. Just like team captain in NFL, if you have your captain and you pay up for an expensive guy and he shits the bed, then SOL. So that is now two losses in a row for me for football, or not for football, for basketball. But we're going to go ahead and get that turned around today. So I know it's a little bit earlier than I normally post. I got some extra time on my hands this morning, so let's go ahead and jump into it. The highest over and unders looking at today, we got Minnesota, New Orleans at 236, well above pretty much every game projected by about a good 15, 10 points. Second up is the Toronto Detroit game at 224, and then a bunch of the games are a little bit below 220. So, blowout potential games, you got obviously the Celtics and Bulls with a 12.5 point spread, and I'm sure you can guess that's in Boston's favor. You have Detroit and Toronto with a 10 point spread in Toronto's favor. I think that'll be a little bit closer. You also have Milwaukee and Memphis at a 10 point spread, and you have Washington against the Cavs with a 11.5 point spread. So what stands out to me the most is first looking at, which teams are playing on a back-to-back, and you have the Cavs, and I believe that is it. So the Cavs are the only team playing on a back-to-back. The Wizards, I feel like, are starting to pick up some momentum. I mean, they're 4-9 right now on the season, and they've been in playoff contention the last couple of years. They always just seem to lose to Toronto every single year in the playoffs. So at 9-1 with John Wall, I really like that option. There's a lot of injury updates that are going to need monitoring throughout the day. I mean, obviously, you have Westbrook out right here. Damian Lillard, I believe, yeah, he's a game time decision as of now. So, not really sure when we're going to get an update on that. Hopefully, sooner than later. You have Jeff Teague, questionable. Chris Dunn is still out. Elfrid Payton is questionable as well, so he's an upgrade from doubtful. So any people wanting to take Drew Holiday, if Elfrid Payton comes back, then that would definitely take I would say to avoid Drew Holiday just because, he does have that spiked price since Holiday's been out, or not since Holiday, since Payton's been out, because what do they have Drew Holiday at today? I'm assuming he's at the high mid-8s. Yeah, 8.5. So, and then you also have Jimmy Butler, Covington, and Saric all planning on making their debuts today on their new teams. So, and then as well, Andrew Wiggins is questionable as well. You have Mirotic. I believe he is still questionable, if I'm correct, which I believe I am. Just trying to run through. Oh yeah, Rudy Gay sitting tonight. Let's see. And then you had Osman for the Cavs. He is doubtful. Kyle Korver is doubtful. Let me just run through the injuries real quick just to make sure I touch on all those. Jet Allen, let's see what his update says. So he's also questionable still with that illness. So Hollis Jefferson could be a good guy, or Ed Davis would be a good guy to look at for Brooklyn, even though Hollis Jefferson's price has kind of already gone up a little bit. For those of you who took advantage of him last game, props to you. He got 36.5 points. Anyone that's followed Hollis Jefferson knows he can fill the stat sheet. He deserves to be in that starting lineup. It's just a matter of time, especially with that gruesome injury to Chris Levert. Hopefully he's having a healthy recovery. I know it's only been a couple days, but best wishes to him. He was having a great year. It's a shame to see young talent go down like that. So definitely best wishes to him. So yeah, going back to my number one pick, I got John Wall against Cleveland. Cleveland's coming off a back-to-back. They're going to be exhausted. Just really like the matchup tonight for him. Another guy that I have been tinkering around with to try to get my lineup is, again, Dwight Howard. I've been riding the Dwight Howard train um, on and off the last couple of days. His price is just so cheap. He hasn't been doing that well of filling out the stat sheet. He's only getting you. I mean, the last 10 games, he's averaging you less than one block and steal a game. I mean, he's close to that one mark, but he's not really doing much for us on that end. So he's really point and rebound dependent, but at 5'8", playing, 30 minutes if the game's competitive, I think that's a good place for him. I just, I just haven't been able to figure out a lineup of getting him in there right now because the core four I'm rolling with as of now is John Wall, Kawhi Leonard, uh, DeRozan, and CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum put up a huge game against the Lakers last time. I believe, let's see here. I believe that was in the last 10 games. Let's see here. Oh, I just passed it. Yeah, right here. He put up 41.75 points, and especially if Damian Lillard's out, which unfortunately that game is on the West Coast. So that's probably one of the last games. Yep, 9:30. So it's kind of one of those picks. If you pick McCollum, you got to be prepared to roll with him with or without Damian Lillard because you're not going to have much pivoting opportunity if you do, or if Lillard ends up playing and you want to end up pivoting, you're going to be kind of put in a conundrum where you may have to switch to essentially no one. You're going to have to stick with him, unless you want to go down to like Kuzma or something, or I'm sure Ingram's in that 6'6" price range. So, and yeah, that's about it though. So anywho though, John Brown or Jaylen Brown as my number two. Man, he has been a pain in the ass this whole season. He has just not been playing the same since you have Hayward back, you have Kyrie Irving back. He's just not doing what he used to. He's had a couple games where he's getting you that 25, 24, 29 mark, but he's just not doing it. Like I picked him against Portland and 9.75 points. I was gonna win a lot of money if he could have just gotten me about 10 or 15 more points. I would have been looking. I would probably have placed in like the top 10 that night. So that was infuriating. But he is playing Chicago. It's a good matchup. Uh, at 4-4, just knowing that he can easily go for that 25-point mark, maybe 30, he's a good play at this price, especially because he's going to be low owned. But I think if there's any time he's going to maybe put up that 25, 30-point game, it's going to be against a team like Chicago or Atlanta, or a team like that. So I think this is a good day to maybe get a sneaky play on him. Kawhi Leonard, they're the second highest projected over and under. And at 8,600, he is just underpriced. It's hard not to take him. He did play over 30 minutes last game. He only put up 34 points. But you know what? He, missed the last couple games. I'll give him some grace on that. So he's back to playing his full minutes. So, he even got a price reduction from the last game. So 8,600 in a high-scoring game. Detroit doesn't play amazing offense. They do get points scored against them, and I expect Kawhi Leonard to have a good game. Bertans is another one of my sleeper picks. With Rudy Gay sitting out, he plays more minutes when he's matchup dependent. So I'm not 100% locked on him. But when he did have the opportunity to play good minutes when Rudy Gay was out, he put up 31 points. So there is that flying upside with him. And at 3,600, due to the fact that Gay's been back, he hasn't been playing really many minutes. His price has gone down significantly from the 4-2. So I wouldn't really say significantly. That's $600. But no, he could be a sneaky play today. I may look around maybe with this and maybe, say if I dropped McCollum and put in Dwight Howard and then maybe upgrade Bertans, that's always an option as well. Valanciunas, I like him tonight. He's strictly matchup dependent. Against teams like Utah, bigger teams, he's going to play more minutes. New Orleans is more of a fast-paced team, but they're bigger, so he didn't really get the minutes he should have normally gotten against a bigger team. But teams typically that play centers a lot, say against Dallas, against DeAndre Jordan, he played 22 minutes. I would honestly like to see that be a little bit higher, but he did put up 30 points. So at 5,000, if he can get me that 25, 30 points tonight against Detroit, I'll be happy. And definitely with Blake Griffin and Drummond out there, he's going to need to be on the court more. So, and then you get Tyrus Jones. This is strictly preliminary right now, assuming there's a chance that Wiggins and or Jeff Teague are out tonight. So cheap play. He hasn't really done anything amazing recently, but just the price point and the fact that Jimmy Butler's gone, the ball's got to be in someone's hands. So Karl Anthony Towns is also a good play tonight against New Orleans. That's going to be a high-scoring game, but at 3-7, he has a good opportunity to put up good points. New Orleans plays very fast basketball, just like Golden State did when he got some extra minutes, and he put up 32 points. So if there was a day to pay for him, this would be the day to do it because he's got a good matchup, and that's slowly dependent though still on Wiggins and Teague. So we'll see about that. And then DeMar DeRozan, A, he's got a great matchup, and B, when Rudy Gay's been out, he's put up bigger numbers. Because Rudy Gay typically shoots the ball, almost 1 or 2 times a minute, or about about one shot a minute. So with him completely off the court, he's going to be playing nearly 40 minutes. He didn't obviously play well the last 2 games, but this game when Rudy Gay was out. Same with Bertans. If you look at both of them, how they played when in a good matchup, when Gay was out, he put up 54. Bertans put 38 up. So say in that sense, you're spending 9,000 plus 3,000, that's 12,6, and you're getting almost 100 points. That's really good value to me. And as I said before, CJ McCollum, if Damian Lillard ends up sitting, and even if he ends up playing at 6'6", this is about the peak price I want to pay for him. If McCollum surpasses 7 and Damian Lillard's healthy, I'm not playing McCollum. But if he's going to sit out, obviously 6'6", we know what CJ McCollum can do, especially if Damian Lillard's out, Shazier's not there to take over at the 1 spot. I really like that pick. But there's a lot of things going on still with the injury updates. Like if Mirotic ends up missing, Julius Randle's back in action. And yeah, so with my core 4, though, I really like the guys I'm going with. My locks as of now would be the John Wall pick, Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan. Those are my 3 locks as of right now. Jaylen Brown, I hate to even see him in my lineup, but just at his price, you got to play the player's price is almost like, the market, I mean, if he's just that cheap, he's got a good matchup, and he's been playing like crap, it's a good chance to try to capitalize on him. And even if he doesn't do well, like when he put up 9 points last time I had him, I still quadrupled my money that night. So I didn't need him to do that. But in order for me to maybe get that top, 1% winnings, you got to be willing to take some chances on some low-owned guys that might be able to put up points. like Bertans and Jalen Brown. So, this is what I got right now. Usually in the video comments, I will post updates as they come up. So I will keep an eye out on what's going on, and I'll post anything that I see. And if a lot happens and I like completely change my lineup just because of injury updates, I'll post an updated video and yeah, just kind of give you guys some additional feedback. I know yesterday I did the same thing, and I know I didn't get any views really on the video, so it was a long shot trying to post a video, 20 minutes before lock. But anyone that got the chance to look at it, hopefully, hopefully it helped out a little bit. So again, 0-2 the last 2 days of basketball is riding like a 7-day hot streak. So let's get this thing fixed and let's win some more money. If any of you guys below want to post comments about your core four or who you're rolling with or any sleepers, I'd love to collaborate with you guys and make this a proactive channel. The goal here and me trying to post these videos is to, help everyone out and, winning their double ups and, doubling their money that they put down on a daily basis. I'm not filthy rich, I'm not betting, thousands of dollars a night. I'm just trying to, make some money and enjoy watching some basketball. So let's keep at it and let's get this win streak going. Good luck to you guys today, and yeah, take care.